Well, David, a stoic performance from the lads on Tuesday night. What's your final assessments, having watched that game back?
Like I say, I was proud of the performance, what they showed. You know, that we've got 2 scholars, 2 first-year pros in the starting 11, and to play for 60 minutes with 10 men. I thought they showed great resilience. I thought the mentality was terrific. There was bits that we could have done better. We didn't keep the ball well enough second half by a long stretch in transition. But actually the defensive shape and defending the box was very good. And we limited a League One team to very, very few chances. So yeah, it was disappointing not to get anything out of the game. But actually the performance was very good, and it was really good to. I think it was once last year was an extended period where we had 10 men. I think Greeny got sent off as well late on in a game. And it's not something that you come up against very often. It's very hard to replicate in training. So it was really good to show them actually if you do have 10 men, you can still do X, Y, and Z. And we went through that. We actually went through quite a bit at half time. And we went through a bit this morning to show them that it's not as big a crisis as what it can be. And I thought on one side of the coin, the defensive side was very good, and I thought the actual possession stuff wasn't great. But that's part of that learning journey.
And as the game ticked on, it just seemed like it was getting. We could have actually got something out of the game, and people putting bodies on the line. It was quite dramatic.
I thought you showed. We showed the sort of mentality, like saying the desire not to lose a game of football. However insignificant some might think that competition is. I thought it showed a team that were committed to and professional and doing the right thing. We fell a bit short. However, like I say, we had a really, really young team out. We had 11 people missing. We had 11 people out. So to any team would struggle with 11 pros not available. So I thought it was a decent performance.
And looking at one of our summer signings, you got the first competitive debut for Jude Soonsup-Bell. What did you make of him?
I thought it was very good. He showed glimpses of, outstanding technical ability. He's got to show more of that going forward. He's got to get up to speed a bit more, which is understandable. And I don't mean physical fitness and a little bit of contact, but not much. And actually becoming even more effective in the right areas of the pitch. So a brilliant first goal, I thought. You can see he's excellent in tight areas, and can we get him in and around the box to show that skill in the right area of the pitch? I was really pleased with him. And
the skipper back in for his first competitive start, and to sort of get a goal as well. It's just fantastic, isn't it? It's vintage Danny Rose, really. Yeah, he scores a goal. It was a tough night for him because of the role that we had to play after 25 minutes. But I thought he did it fine. I thought he did more than fine. And it was about getting minutes in the legs, and that was about it for Rosie. And the fact that he scores a penalty was terrific as well. Just another positive from the night. And it's quite easy, I think, in that position as a striker to get quite frustrated, but he leads so well from the front, doesn't he?
Yeah, of course. Well, he's done that all his career. So he's involved in quite a lot of good stuff in the first 25 minutes particularly. And he gets himself through whatever it was, 60, 70, 75 minutes, whatever it was. So, and there's no adverse reaction, so we're delighted.
And a quick turnaround now as we back to league action as we travel to Stadium MK to face Paul one side. How's the squad shaping up for that tie?
Excuse me. I thought one of the things from Tuesday night was we've got one eye on Saturday. Any manager who says he hasn't, then he's probably telling a little porky. So we had one eye on Saturday. We were trying to protect as many players. Like I said, we had 11 players out on Tuesday night, 5 injured, 3 unavailable in Clark and Neo and Charlie not being registered in time. 2 away on international duty and Greeny being ill. That's regardless of the team, the squad. When you miss 11 players, that's a big chunk. So we'll get a few of them back, which is pleasing. It's much rosier on Saturday than it was on Tuesday night. And like I say, on Tuesday night we had to make sure we looked after, whilst also trying to be competitive and win the game. That was also part of the game plan, if you like.
Paul Warner's obviously a manager you know well from your playing days. What do you expect from him and his side?
Like they'll work the socks off. That's the hallmark of Warner's team, without a shadow of a doubt. They'll cross balls into the box. They'll try and play a bit of football, and they'll be a tough nut to crack. You know, we saw that penultimate game of last season, which we should have edged, but we didn't. So yeah, it should be a good game, tight game, I'd imagine. And hopefully we come out on the right side of it.
And lastly, I'm sure you're hoping that we can fill that away end again and offers the lads some real support.
Yeah, the fans travelled in unbelievable numbers there last year in that corner, and I'm hoping what we've done so far this season we'll show that as well. We've been 7 games unbeaten and we've only played 9 games, so when you put it like that, we've had a decent start, and I hope the fans travel and back us and hopefully cheer us on to another win.
Fantastic. Thank you, David.
Thank you.